an aerial footage that was shot. You can really start to see the rockwork spires soaring into the sky above the land. A lot of the construction down below is the village on the planet itself, on the surface of that too. Again, it's really just the massive scope and scale of all this, and the hundreds of people that are coming in every day passionately doing this work tirelessly, and are actually as excited as all of you are to get it done and live their own Star Wars adventures too. Really, really impressive and exciting time for this project.
Do we play this music every morning?
We do. It plays in my head all day.
That is awesome.
These are so massive. When they appear in the films, they're typically done as a digital effect. So nobody's ever thought about doing these full-size practically before. It's been quite a feat, actually, to pull this off completely. And speaking of feet, there's a pair of badass feet you may want to really amazing attention to detail. You know, our partnership with Lucasfilm on this whole project has been so seamless, and we've had access to the filmmakers and Doug Chang and the design team. So the accuracy and the level of detail in these is unprecedented. Tonight we're actually going to take you inside the attraction for the first time and give you a first peek at what these AT-ATs look like.
You want to see it?
So this is not a CG rendering. This is a practical set of these giant AT-AT walkers.
That's a photograph.
Photograph
Inside the set, right over there.
Yeah.
No wonder they're so scary. And you mentioned that those are to scale. That's actually a full-size.
Full-size AT-ATs, yeah. And even though they're not in operation yet, they're a little intimidating to those of us who go into the scene for show installation.
That is, look at that. Look at the attention to detail there. And that's just taken right underneath.
Well, like I said, if you're going to go inside one of these epic experiences and live a piece of Star Wars, this is what you would expect, right? This is exactly the kind of experience that you would expect to be part of your story.
Yeah, actually, we wanted to share tonight that there's another ship in our land. So in addition to the Millennium Falcon that you'll all be able to get on board and take a journey on, we have another ship as part of this experience that's a resistance troop transport. And I think some of you in the audience may have been familiar with this. We released some artwork previously, and if any of you went to the D23 Expo in Anaheim last summer, we actually had a model of that on display. But we haven't said a lot about it. This is an actual physical full-size ship that you'll actually step on board and set off on an adventure of your own. Again, this is a brand new ship that was created for this experience. And then, of course, the model isn't big enough to put all of our guests in. We have to do a full-size version of this. And you can see this is a very recent production shot from Asia that is just unbelievable. Epic in scale, beautifully detailed. Really, you might notice a little bit of battle damage. I think it's had kind of a rough life before it landed on Batuu. But really, really beautiful, beautiful ship.
I mean, it's worth mentioning again that, I mean, you're really actually building this stuff 360 for real. It's not just a facade for a film,
No.
but that is an actual ship that we get to build.
It's the real deal.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, that's
There's a detail of one of the cannons.
We're going to need those?
You may.
Everyone loves the creatures of Star Wars, be they cute or cuddly or creepy and scary. You'll get to see them all at this place. The creatures they'll come to life, and you'll get to take one home with you if you're lucky. Right now, our artisans are focusing on bringing these creatures to life, and a lot of the creatures have never existed before outside of the literature or an animated series. So for the first time, we're getting to bring these characters to life, and we're working with Doug Chang, which is an honor for all of our artists to get to be directed by Doug and have his input on the work that we're doing. We're very lucky to have him working with us, but for the first time you'll see these creatures coming to life that have only existed in print before or existed in an animated series, for instance. How many of you know the Loft Cats? Well, we're going to bring one to life for you to see in real. You'll be able to walk around him. He'll be living, breathing. This is a sculpt that we're working on right now, and this is very early on in the process. This is one of the first reviews we did of the creature. But this is the kind of detail and the kind of love we're putting into everything we're doing.
we imagined that there was these tall, towering ancient trees that overlooked the river valleys here. And over the years, these trees eroded and petrified and became these unique rock formations. And this, as the planet became more of a minor crossroads for trade, people would stop by and actually know this planet as the place for these spires. But there was one particular spire that's located centrally in the village, and this particular spire was more unique and more blacker than all the rest. And it became a wayfinding for all of the travelers, all the smugglers and bounty hunters who came by and they said, I'll meet you at the Black Spire. So it became this very infamous location. And this is the location where your adventures begin.